What's up, Rafael Cortez here with another video for the Less Business, More Profit series. Less as in lean, effective, strategic, and simple business. Let's talk about one of the most important components of running your business, all right? Every single week, we run weekly meetings, weekly team meetings, and they're very, very specific, right? This is one of the most crucial things to stay on top of and be consistent in, because having weekly meetings, especially in a time like this where everything is mostly virtual, gives you the opportunity to really build a relationship with your team, find out exactly where they're at a personal level, at a professional level, whether or not they're staying on top of your numbers and doing the stuff that they're supposed to be doing, right? That's one. But also, staying on top of those weekly meetings and making them part of the company culture, it helps you build up your team as a whole. All right, so it's very important. The process that we go through whenever we're doing the weekly meetings, or the agenda, kind of runs like this. We open it up. The first 15 minutes are going to be talking about the team itself, right? So we go through the table or the Zoom call, and everybody just shares, what happened to them at a personal level the previous week. That's going to start to build rapport. People start to open up. They get more comfortable with you as a business owner. They get more comfortable with the team, and then they find out exactly like if there's things that they're meshing with, if they're vibing with different people in the team, if they have similar interests. So the connection between your team starts to grow, right? And this is something that's got to be consistent. You can't do it just once every quarter, once every few months or whatnot. If you do it every single week, it just becomes part of the norm, right? So we open up with that kind of stuff, and it's really cool, because next thing you know, you find out that you have a lot in common with with the team and the people that are working with you. And this is one thing that also I see happening, is that you discover talents. Like, you discover what the strengths of your team members are, because they start talking about their personal stuff, right? So what do they focus in? Maybe they're really good at taking pictures and on their off time and whatnot. So now you have another resource that you can tap into from within your company. So that's really important. Breaking that 15-minute segment and giving them an opportunity to express who they are and how their life is going at a personal level, right? And then of course we jump into the numbers and the responsibilities of the KPIs, key performance indicators. Is everybody hitting their numbers? So we go through that. We spend another maybe 15-20 minutes on that, because at the end of the day, everybody's got to hit their numbers, right? So personal stuff. We go KPIs, and then we start talking after that. We start talking about where the company is headed, all right? Are we in the right track as far as, the quarterly benchmarks, the metrics, and is everybody on board? Is there any issues that we're not seeing from a management standpoint? And is there, something that we perhaps overlook because we're not out there in the field, right? We're not doing the taskiness. We're usually not out there, and then, for example, going on the appointments, talking to the direct sellers on a one-to-one basis. Is there something that we're missing? We're not gonna know unless we speak to our team on a regular basis, right? So it's another really, really important aspect of running your weekly meetings. And these meetings, it doesn't matter what type of business you're running, you still wanna have a pulse of where the business is headed, where your team is headed, and how you are doing as a whole. So we cap them off with just a quick review of the quarterly benchmarks. Are we on track to to hit the numbers, to get to that goal that we're setting up for the quarter, and is it all making sense, right? So we do that every single week, and they almost feel, whenever you get to a point where they feel almost redundant, you know that there's nothing too crazy to worry about. You know that you're on the right track, so don't feel like that's a bad thing, all right? If there's no big things to come in and report, it's because your process is working as it should, right? That's one, either that or you're not doing enough. So if you feel like you're not doing enough, ramp it up. But this is how we run the weekly meetings with the company. It's a very cool, easy, and fast way. They usually run about 90 minutes, but it's a really fast way of just touching base, seeing where everybody's at, seeing whether or not our actions are making sense, and then see if we can come in and improve the company as a whole. So run your weekly meetings, stay on them, stay consistent, figure out what you want your team to bring to the table on those meetings. Pick a day and a time, make it a regular thing, stay consistent on it, stay focused, you got this.